Hey there, Dr. Christianson here with you in the kitchen. And this is going to be about holiday shakes. So specifically, I want to talk about one recipe that stole my heart. It's crazy good. My son had never had eggnog before. And I don't know where he heard the term or if he saw it in the store, but he goes, wow, so what is eggnog? What's that all about? And so I made up a recipe that's actually a really healthy version of it and came out great. I really want you all to try this at least once. And even better than that, so try it at least once, but then also when you've got a gathering, you've got some friends over, mix it up and don't make a big deal about it being something healthy. And don't talk about how this is good for you or this is healthy ingredients or that it's not regular eggnog. Just put it together and just serve it and let people see what they think. So here's the basic recipe, and I'll walk you through a couple steps that might not be obviously intuitive. So you want serving of shake, and you want one, I'm a fan of my own obviously, but you want some that's just gonna be a neutral flavor or a light vanilla and subtly flavored, not a real heavy taste for the shake. So subtly light flavored neutral shake. You want a cup of unsweetened flax milk. This is my favorite go-to liquid milk substitute nowadays. And here's why. Many will talk about coconut or almond, and those are awesome, they're non-dairy, but liquid calories are absorbed really fast. So the thought process is that at some point calories become a liability, too many of them are counterproductive, and nutrients are critical. So I always try to think about just the density of nutrients per calorie. And the nice thing about flax milk is that it has essential fats. So those are fats that we need that we cannot manufacture internally. We get omega-3 fats out of that. The other essential fats are omega-6. They are essential, but honestly, we get plenty of them very easily. So they're ones that we don't really ever run low on or have any critical shortages of. But omega-3s are important. So flax milk is awesome because you're getting omega-3s. It's also not a high calorie density. So you're talking like 25 calories per cup. So definitely my favorite, and it's tasty stuff too. So that's second ingredient. Now you also want some medjool dates, and these, get the whole dates, have them pitted, otherwise you're going to completely kill your blender, and that would be a bad thing. So some pitted medjool dates. Got those here. Got the flax milk here. Also some raw cashews, quarter cup of raw cashews. I actually did measure that out, that's a quarter cup. And some fresh ground nutmeg. You really want to do fresh ground nutmeg. Huge difference. Nutmeg, the oils, they oxidize so fast and the taste completely changes. And if you've got some in your pantry, it's probably been there a long time, but even when you get it at the store, it's been ground quite some time before you're using it. So big game changers to have fresh ground nutmeg. So you get the whole nutmeg seed. Myristica fragrans is the Latin name for the plant. And this is one that I have ground on just a little bit. You can see there's a little flat spot on that. I like to use a microplaner for that. There are also some cheese graters that have good surfaces that work well. Microplaners are awesome. These are so great to use also for frozen turmeric. So take some of the nutmeg. We're going to start mixing this up here. So recap, we want some protein powder. I'm going to do a typical serving of protein powder here. And again, I love mine. You can do any kind of a neutral flavored one for the purpose of this recipe. So this one is 2 scoops for a serving. So we got our protein powder in there. And now we're going to get the 1 cup of unsweetened flax milk. Wouldn't it be awesome if you always had your exact ingredients measured and laid out ahead of time for you? So 2 medjool dates pitted. So these are neat things. They're actually date rolls. We made these up a little while ago. So these are date rolls that are dates that have been mixed with pumpkin pie spice. So we got a little bit of extra spice in that, but it's going to work out okay. So we got those in there. We got our quarter cup of raw cashews. Now, this recipe calls for a 1/4 teaspoon of fresh ground nutmeg. I'm going to go in and edit that recipe. 1/4 teaspoon would be, I think, a little bit too much. I think 1/8 of a teaspoon or a scant 1/4 teaspoon would be more precise for a good fit. But if you watch what I'm up to, I'm just going to watch until I see a nice thin layer of powdered nutmeg across probably about half the top of it. So here's the nutmeg up on top. And this is so fragrant. And it's pretty neat because when it's in the whole seed like this, there's not a lot of fragrance to the seed pod itself. You know, it's all pretty contained. There's really no smell at all. But then once you grate it and it comes out, it's so aromatic and so powerful. And this is a great thing for digestive symptoms, for gas, for bloating, for issues like that. And just a wonderful flavor. And the grated, just whole world difference in the stuff you get in the container. Quarter teaspoon of allspice, that's what we got here. I'm gonna eyeball a quarter teaspoon right there. And another optional ingredient you can use is something with a butter flavor. Now, I'm actually not a fan of butter. I know that it's really popular stuff nowadays, and the paleo worlds, put it in the coffee and all that. You know, it's the densest source of pesticides in the American diet. It kind of freaked me out. And I wrote a paper about this. You can find it if you just put in my name, Huffington Post, butter, you'll find this paper. But I was looking at pesticide content in butter, and when I was writing the paper, I was planning on saying, hey, but get organic, get grass-fed, it's gonna be clean, it's gonna be much better. So I found some assays that showed the number of pesticide residues and the quantity of pesticide residues in these different types of butter, in organic and grass-fed and commercial butter. And they were not different. There was barely any significant difference whatsoever between the organic and the commercial stuff. They were pretty much the exact same. And here's the really big wrinkle. So grass-fed butter, the drawback is dioxin accumulates in cattle when they're eating grass. So grass-fed butter is actually higher in dioxin than commercial butter. And dioxin is probably the biggest carcinogen that we have documented as far as environmental toxicants. So not a fan of doing it on a regular basis. But back to the flax idea again, Smart Balance is wonderful. Margarines back when had trans fats. Nowadays they've made some non-margarine spreads which taste wonderful. They do have essential fats that our bodies need. Our bodies do need saturated fats, they do need cholesterol, but they make them. So we don't need to get them from the diet at the expense of calories. So here's this stuff, real nice butter flavor. There are also butter extracts, which are options and can work, but this stuff is excellent in that. So we got that added in, and, oh yeah, we need some crushed ice. So here, throw some crushed ice in, and that's pretty much it. Now, I'm gonna spare all you all in TV land from the noise of the blender. So with some kitchen magic, it'll come out something like that. I used a NutriBullet for this. We've got a NutriBullet and a Vitamix. They both work really nicely, but smaller things, NutriBullet's easier, less cleanup, less stuff to hassle with. And you know what? I think I might have a taste tester right here. Come on in. Somebody got shocked. Somebody wasn't expecting to be on camera. So here's my lovely wife, Karen.
Hi.
So see what you think, honey. This is the eggnog shake recipe. So Kieran is pathologically honest. She cannot fib to save her life.
Okay, so this is amazing, and I hate eggnog. Yeah, no, it's funny because I do modeling and acting, and I don't book a lot of acting jobs because I can't lie. So to try to, and you always have to kind of be somebody that you're not or something. So I always book the jobs where it's closer to me, and I really like this. I was kind of scared because I don't like eggnog, but this is good.
I was taking a pretty big chance because if she didn't like it, it would have come out that she didn't like it, and I knew that. So I was that confident in that.
And I have a sweet tooth. This is really sweet in a mild way, though. It's like really good.
Did you see all we used in there? It's just the shake. We got some flax milk, the dates, the cashews, some fresh nutmeg.
Wow.
And ice. That's it.
That's really good.
It's totally clean.
It's like dessert in a liquid. It's a liquid dessert. Wow, that's healthy?
Yeah.
Okay, don't tell people.
So I told everyone
really that
they should make it and then serve it and not make a big deal about it being some kind of this healthy, non allergenic type thing. It's totally clean. So yeah, holiday shakes, good things can taste good, and it's important to get quality protein. That's a cool thing about shakes, quick and easy to go, and that big dose of protein in the morning is just a game changer in terms of metabolism. So shoot for at least 20 grams of complete protein. All right, great eating, you guys, and thanks so much for spending some time with me. We'll talk to you really soon. Bye-bye.